This is really the Fighter and the Kid.
Come on, baby. I ate too much this morning.
We're back, boys.
I'm back. Did you do 37? Did you do 225?
35 and a half.
225, 35 and a half.
35 and a half at the end of my workout.
At the end of your workout.
It was deadlift day and pull-up day, and I thought, you know what? Fuck it. Let's end on 225. And I don't use spotters. I think spotters are for gays. And so then I did 225. And
so you'll
on 35, the old arm was like, I don't think so, dude.
Yeah.
That one where I'm sitting on the bench with my face. It almost fell on my neck.
Shouldn't you have a spotter?
No. See the young guy in the... well, he's not a young guy. He's an older guy in the back with his trainer. He was not paying attention. They thought I needed help. Sir, I got this. Nice guy, though. Never met him before.
It's a lot of weight. 30. 31. 2.
No, you're off by 2, B.
3.
I think you're off by 2.
Oof.
You there?
Ah.
That guy came to help.
You're hitting your chest. That doesn't hurt?
No.
No.
That guy came to help at my mercy.
Damn. He was probably counting. He was like, geez.
No, I don't think he was paying attention. They probably looked over and saw me struggling. I got it. There's always that lower when I set it on. I never use spotters.
I would have helped you too. You don't
Secure my hips?
You don't use spotters?
Never.
Just
Do
use
you?
a spotter.
No, never.
I don't really have a
Oh, you don't need it. Yeah. No, I never do.
But that's and so you'll do one day you'll do pull-ups and then you'll do deadlift.
Yeah, that's what I
And
did
then
this
you'll
morning.
do and you usually
Then I'll end on I'll just
Something.
burn out on 225 every day.
really.
And then if it's bench day, I do 225 as many times as I can, kind of, and then 315 or 365, then 225.
There's that philosophy that says, farmers work every single day and they're country strong. And you can do that. Like they always say you should take 48 hours off and all that, but I guess if you're bodybuilding maybe.
I don't believe in that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go to work, dude. Maybe if you're maxing out, you'd need rest to reset. If you're like doing like 3-rep heavy max.
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would imagine maxing is something's gonna pop. It's always precarious when you're doing it.
If you're doing like 1 rep max?
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah, that's where it gets dicey.
Yeah. I mean, you don't wanna do that every
I
day.
took Donnie to the groomers. They squeeze. He has a fresh haircut. I hate when he comes from the groomers because he looks like a poodle. It drives me nuts.
Yeah.
But they squeeze their anuses.
They empty their anal glands.
Yeah.
What happens if they don't do that?
Have you ever seen what happens when their anal glands leak?
I can tell you what happens. It happened to my dog. My first
How old
dog,
is he?
Pepper. Pepper, he was at the time, I think like 11.
When does asshole start leaking at 11?
So it didn't leak. There was just one day we couldn't find him. And then I look and he's in the corner of the house, like shaking. And I look around his butt and I could see like something had kind of exploded. There was almost a second butthole. And we ran him to the vet. And they're like, yeah, so this exploded. We need to puncture a hole on the other side, drain the other one, and then bandage it up. Like some dogs.
Since when is this a thing
It's
where they
some
gotta
dogs.
milk their asshole?
It's some
When's
dogs.
this? Since when is this a
I
thing?
don't know. I think it's what it is. I believe in the wild, that's how you spread your scent. So if you're a male dog, see if all dogs have anal
Hold on.
glands.
See, why do they milk dogs' anal glands?
Well, no, I think why do they have anal glands? I think it's because that's how they mark their territory.
But I've had dogs before and it was never a thing. Is this like a new trend? Dogs have anal glands known as anal
Scent marking,
sacs.
yeah.
Produce strong smelling fluid used for scent marking and potentially for lubrication during shitting. Aiding communication with other dogs.
Interesting.
Okay.
So
Since when is it a trendy thing to milk their anuses?
Because otherwise, if they get too full,
They explode.
it'll explode on your rug.
But then what do they do in nature?
They rub it on the ground or on their on a couch.
So why don't these dogs do it in real life? Like rub it
Because
on
you
the
don't
grass.
want your dog rubbing those anal glands on your couch.
Not on my couch. Do it on
your
the grass.
rug.
I've seen the dog like scooting on the
Might
ground.
do it on the rug. So those dogs are indoor dogs a lot of times.
So if they squeeze it, if they squeeze that poop juice out, then they won't rub their ass on your couch.
Well, if they do, it won't get. It stinks.
Some dogs can do it on
smells
their
like the
own.
worst
Bigger breeds
shit.
can.
Yeah.
Little ones have more trouble. And I have a friend. She's like, she's a nurse, and she's like, I'm not paying anyone to do it. She does it herself.
Hard
and
pass.
It's vile.
That's one thing that's
Vile.
worth the money.
And Bryan is
Squeeze
right. It stinks.
That's when
drain
you're
your
really
sack.
cutting pennies. When
I
you're
would
like,
love to take a look at your anal cavity to see if you have any sacs that I can drain. Just as your friend, I'd like to get it up in there. I've never gotten up in your starfish.
I didn't even know they were doing it. And Joanna was like, the process with the contents of anal sacs are located so the anus are manually emptied to prevent blockage potential problems.
Yeah.
Has this always been a thing though?
I've seen
Yeah,
most of the dogs here. They do it on the carpet where they,
Yes.
Yeah, they rub their
they're just like
Yes.
sliding with
Yeah.
their front paws.
That can be just their asshole itches too.
Yeah,
or they're trying to get rid of that anal blockage. But
Or they have worms. So.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But
of
Joanna was like, I was like, when's Sonny get back? She's like, he's always exhausted, especially when they do the anal gland thing. Like, huh? She's like,
Anal gland,
she was
he's
like,
exhausted.
they have to squeeze his anal gland. I'm like, what the fuck? That's a thing? How much is that?
Yeah, you gotta release the anal glands. I never heard of that in grooming, but I've never had a dog.
Well,
Groomed.
they all do it now. Yeah.
I've never gotten my dog groomed. I don't think.
I don't. Yeah.
And when you have
I never
have
either.
German shepherds or corgis, the amount of
Hair?
just hair, yeah.
Well, that's why you'd want to get it groomed because they get rid of a lot of that excess hair. But with him, if we don't, like, the hair runs into his eyes and shit.
Had a good talk with a. This is a little bit of a segue, but not really. Talk with a homicide detective yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, always cool, right? And,
Well, it depends.
well, he was interesting because he was saying that the organized crime is mostly about robbery. You know, murder you can't get away with. He was talking about how they catch people.
Organized crime's sex trafficking.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But the reason in this country you're not seeing a lot of murders is because it just creates a lot of heat and it's really hard to get away.
There's cameras everywhere.
Because they'll literally watch cameras and they'll be like, oh, that Tesla
Yeah.
drove by that guy.
They can track
They
everything.
track the Tesla. They go,
Yeah.
can I look at your SIM card? They're like, oh, there's his
Yeah.
face.
It's pinging off the cell towers like it's a nightmare.
He says, you leave every, I was trying to go through all the perfect crimes.
Digital.
I was like, all right, here's what if I do this? I kill somebody. I take a moped. I'm like, I go right to the beach. I get in the water and a boat's waiting for me. You know, and he's like, okay, you can try that. You go ahead and try that. But I got the Coast Guard and you got to dock somewhere.
Yeah.
You know,
of
it's
course.
1,000 ways of doing it. Also, what are you going to do with that moped? You know?
What did he say though? Stuff that we don't.
Well, he
know.
was talking about how anytime you have a really expensive house in this city, you know, there are crews of professionals.
Oh, yeah.
And you experience this. Crews of professionals that will come into your house. They just watch, wait till you're gone.
Or
and
they follow you.
Or they follow you.
If you have a nice car, they'll follow you.
Yeah, but they usually don't. That's low grade shit.
Yeah, because they know
The
they're
pros are like, you don't want, so if somebody's in the house and you do a home invasion, you can do 20 to life. If nobody's in the house, you'll do 7 years. So it's not, and if you have an alarm, it's fine. They got about 3 minutes to work, right?
Yeah.
So there's a whole, you know, I guess network of people that jewelry,
Especially
cash,
in LA.
guns, they take everything. Yeah, in LA. which I
Especially in
didn't
these
know.
parts, yeah.
And it's really hard to stop because they're so good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And they just watch. But we were talking about dogs, and he said, you know, if you have like certain dogs, like a German Shepherd or something, you can, they'll choose the next house. So he was on the Whitey.
Sometimes.
Yeah, he was on the, correct.
Because
Correct.
Kevin Hart had, I want to say 4 German Shepherds and 2 Cane Corsos and was not an issue. Because they either tase them
Yeah, they're pros.
or they put them to sleep.
He got his house robbed?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
He told me all the celebrities get their houses robbed.
Yep.
All of them. It's constant. He was talking about Whitey Bulger. Yeah, see, this is why I knew I'd get your
I got my
attention.
black belt in Whitey.
Knew I'd get your attention.
What do you say?
Do you know what they found on his walls?
Money?
They found
Gold?
$700,000 in cash.
Yep.
They found 68 loaded guns,
Mm-hmm.
and they found 7 hand grenades.
Yeah. In Santa Monica.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know how they got him down?
They got him down from his wife, went to a nail salon, and
Yeah,
she's a
but-
chatty Cathy.
Yes, but he also, the way they got him they knew they'd probably have some weapons. You know, like
Oh, he was in a white tracksuit.
Yeah, they said to him,
He refused to go to the ground.
We just hit your car. Sorry, I'm your neighbor. I hit your car. I'm really sorry. He comes down with his wife, and they just closed in.
But how gangster is he? He was in a white tracksuit. They're all down the ground. He's like, "You're gonna have to shoot me."
Is that what
Like,
he said?
yeah, they're like down the ground. He's like, "Not happening. I'm in a white velour tracksuit."
Yeah, he
like
said
down on the ground. He's like, "I'm telling you, you're gonna have to shoot me."
Yep. He said, he goes, you guys, he was in the car, back of the car. He's spitting on the floor going, fuck you guys. You guys are just lucky. If you would come to me instead of using your bullshit to get me down, I would have shot every one of you motherfuckers. He was just so angry.
He was tough, man.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, he was a sociopath. Things for him
true
changed when his
sociopath.
son died. He got the murders
Right.
in Boston went through the roof, like up 80% after his son died.
What?
Yep.
Oh, so you know your
Oh,
you know
yeah.
your Whitey shit.
Oh, yeah.
Now his brother was mayor.
Yeah, his brother's mayor, and his brother had to step down because even when he was on the run, they tapped the phones and found out his brother was helping him, like in communications, knew where he was, you know, wiring him money. It's a brother. He didn't get arrested, but he had to step down.
It's your brother. It's your brother.
Yeah.
You know,
Isn't that wild though? One brother's running for governor.
They've done a movie, I think, but not enough. They haven't done the movie on it. Black Mass was
Black
awesome.
Mass is the movie.
But they didn't really get.
Oh,
they didn't bring his brother in.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh man, Black Mass is fantastic.
It's a great movie.
One top 5. Black
God,
Mass did a great.
if you have any questions
Black Mass
about
did a
Johnny
great job.
Depp being able to play a gangster,
yeah.
how good is he? I mean, Whitey Bulger.
The Departed too.
That's him right there. That's the real Whitey.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson's character in Departed was based off Whitey Bulger.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great too.
Yeah, Whitey Bulger was a bad pajama. How about the cop who grew up with Whitey Bulger, the FBI agent, and then made him an accomplice and was like hiding things and giving Whitey Bulger information about the Italian mafia and then letting Whitey Bulger get away with everything? He got life. They put him away for life, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he got life. And just the huge black eye at the FBI agency in Boston. That's one of the reasons nobody trusts him. Because Whitey Bulger was infiltrating
Well,
the
the thing
FBI.
is, these guys all grew up in the neighborhood,
the Boston
You know?
boys, yeah.
Yeah, they're all Boston boys.
Southies.
and so they all know each other.
He had his back.
There was a. I mean, I know just from our boy Stevie, like just
They looked
being
up to
Boston.
Whitey Bulger, yeah. Especially in the neighborhood. Like, I guess he took care, like, that cop was getting bullied as a kid, and Whitey Bulger and his crew stuck up for him.
Yeah.
So he's, like, super loyal to him. So then when he became an FBI agent, he was like, hey, I can help you out here if you help us out. So Whitey would provide intelligence on the Italian mafia and, like, give him tips and stuff. So he's still doing his job. He got promoted and stuff because he was, like, taking down the Italian mafia. But then he would let Whitey, like, that's why Whitey got so big. They gave him, like, carte blanche to take over Boston. He did some horrible shit, though, man.
Yeah, murders of innocent people.
How about the guy, because he turned on him, but Whitey Bulger's main hitman who, like, pulled out people's teeth, killed a fucking young lady, like, had over,
Drowned
like,
her.
30 murders. Dude, I think he got 5 years. He's on the streets right now.
Wow.
He does interviews. Yeah, he
That guy? Yeah.
yeah, that's
Johnny
him.
Martirano. Damn. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, it's like Sammy.
He turned on him. And because he admitted to 20 murders. He got 12 years. For 20 murders? 12 years? So it says he received reduced
Turned down
prison
an offer to enter the witness protection program.
Yeah, no one's fucking with him. And the Winter Hill gang's all gone, so he doesn't have to worry about it. He's still living in Boston.
Wow.
He was released from prison and given $20,000 to start a new life. God, they hooked him up. What a bad guy.
Bulger's defense team alleges that since being released from prison, Martirano is resumed criminal activity, but is being shielded by his state. Wow.
But what do you think he gave up to get that deal?
He gave up Whitey Bulger.
Yeah.
Let's take a little break, kids. The NBA 82 game grind is finally done. Thank God. Now the real fun begins. The NBA playoffs are here. It's time for all high-stakes drama, clutch moments, jaw-dropping plays. I can't wait. If you're looking to make the playoffs even more exciting, DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered as an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Try placing a bet on your favorite player's performance. Will they drop 30, 40, or more? It's your call. Bet on Jokic. He's balling. Here's something special for the first timers. New DraftKings customers bet 5 to get 200 in bonus bets instantly. Make it a playoff run to remember with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the code FIGHTER. That's code FIGHTER for new customers to get 200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 buckaroos. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Just him, you think?
He was FBI's most wanted, yeah, for sure. FBI's most wanted, and you release all the intel because they don't care about him. He's a small fish to fry.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we'll reduce your sentence. Instead of
You're
life,
the
you get
muscle,
12.
yeah.
You're the muscle. You can say he was forced to do it and all that shit, you know?
So he was Whitey's main guy.
Dude admitted to 30 murders. 20 and got 12 years in
17,
prison.
17.
What? No, but they reduced it to 12.
Yeah. No, he spent more than 17 years behind bars. But still, man. Yeah, I mean.
He's saving 17. How about 17 and you're out on with the regular folk?
And making money off gambling.
You imagine
you
him
get keyed right
Imagine when you're in Austin, your next door neighbor, you're like, who's that? Oh, that's Johnny, man. He was Whitey Bulger's guy. What'd he do?
By the way, he only admitted to 20. You know, he killed more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
His nickname's the Executioner. But they want to get Whitey Bulger so bad because he made the FBI look so silly. Dude, but Whitey Bulger, he was on the lam for a long time in Santa Monica, right down here in Santa Monica for 20 years?
Isn't that crazy? Just walking around, getting his nails
Boy,
done.
did he die a nasty death, though.
Yeah.
Ripped his eyes out, ripped his tongue out, beaten to death with a lock from another gang, a mafia guy.
Wow.
In prison, yeah.
Unreal.
But he was old as fuck. He was already like
How old
crippled
was he?
and-
Like 80?
Yeah.
I think maybe even older, right?
Right now it says 84.
He was 84.
No,
Whitey
now.
Bulger.
Whitey Bulger.
Oh,
when he
Martin
died.
Rama's still alive at 84. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Pretty hard to kill somebody at 85. But Whitey Bulger died a horrible death. Rightfully so. That's how it goes.
89 years old,
89?
dude. That's a good run. 89?
Great run, dude.
You know, you get killed and you're like, fuck it. Hours after. He only was there for hours.
Isn't it weird that the guy that killed him, they gave 25 years? So the guy that killed Whitey Bulger got a longer sentence than Whitey Bulger's muscle that admitted to killing over 20 people? Make it make sense.
How weird, though. Like, you have a constitution that's you're just born to be bad. You're just born bad, man. Right? It's like you just... I guess it's just you just have a hatred for humanity. It's the way you look at people.
You know Whitey Bulger won the lottery 3 times in Boston?
He did?
Mm-hmm. Look that up.
There has to be a connection then if he did.
yeah.
Right?
Oh, shit. Ding, ding, yeah, Chin. Yeah, he scammed the lottery.
Yeah,
I knew
these
it.
guys are just...
Yeah, he scammed the lottery. I think he won at least 2 or 3 times. And everyone was scared him, so they're like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
What is this thing?
I mean, who thinks of scamming the
It's kind of
lotto?
crazy. But talking to a homicide detective was like, he just said, I said, what do you take away from all yours? He goes, it's just that you just don't understand how the depravity of human beings.
How evil
You
people
see
can be?
great people, but my job is to deal with the worst people.
I can see that. I would struggle with that.
Yeah, because he's got to knock on the door at 4 a.m. and tell you that somebody you love died too.
Oh, but
There's a
not
lot of
just
that.
died. Like, oh, your daughter, your
Yeah,
sister
dude. Yes.
was brutally beaten and her head was severed by this insane killer.
Yeah, I mean it's all that stuff. Then they have to tell you that, and but you're also catching those fuckers. And he's like, so many of these guys just can't stay offline, or they just can't not use their phone. After a while, you got to do it, and they're just like, there you are,
They get them.
there you are. You know?
That's why I got.
We'll go ahead and-
that's why I got El Chapo too.
Yeah, of course.
He was
Vanity.
He was wicked smart about it, though. He had so many different cell phones. They'd switch out damn near every day.
Well, El Mencho, and he's a horrible, horrible cartel leader who does horrific violence to, everybody, families, kill your whole family, all that
That's
stuff.
what they do, though.
Really awful. But
They just don't value life.
This guy, though,
like
they
the
can't
rest
get him.
of the world.
They fucking
still
can't get him. He's got an army of insanely disciplined guys, and obviously the penalty is beyond death if you fuck up. So they are a loyal group who I can't remember. Look up El Mencho.
El Mencho?
E-L, then MENCHO. El Mencho. He is like he was so bad that I was looking him up. There he is, that guy. Did they catch him yet? Wow. There's no credible information to indicate later.
Oh, yeah.
Captured. Damn.
CJNG.
Still hasn't been captured.
No, has been captured.
There's no confirmed capture
No.
here.
Yeah.
Despite rumors.
Weird.
Dude, he's been, and they usually would catch him. They try to trace him to a mistress or something. None of that shit. And he's got kids.
Going back to the lottery ticket thing, it says that there was one person that won it, and then Bulger knew that person, so he took a portion of it.
Took it from him?
Yeah. Oh, not the whole thing. You see right here?
Give it to me.
Lottery win had been another one of Bulger's brilliant schemes to launder his drug, extortion, loan shark, and money. Winning mass millions lottery ticket had been purchased at the South Boston Liquor Mart by Michael, who was the brother of Bulger, underlying name Patrick Linsky. If I learned that once Whitey heard about the jackpot, he ordered the real winner to sign the ticket over, with Whitey and two associates paying $2.3 million cash for 50% of the winnings. Bulger himself paid Michael, the real winner, $700,000.
$700,000. Yeah.
Said although Michael lost money in the deal, he really had no choice.
Of course.
It came down to selling the ticket or dying.
Yeah. Of course. Wow. Well, there you go.
There you go.
That's crazy.
Hey, this says when news first broke about Whitey's lottery winnings in 1991, many in South Boston rose to his defense. God bless him, his number came out. He had the same chances to lose as anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, or he just
the head
bought- he
mobster
just-
wins the lottery, bud.
Yeah. Or he just said, that ticket belongs to me.
Yeah.
They ran Boston, man.
Oh, yeah.
And what are you going to do? What are you going to say? No? And just,
Yeah, back then you had no choice. Now you'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I'm going on Instagram Live, man. Film you taking it from me.
yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Why'd you meet with a detective?
I was just smoking a cigar with my buddy.
He sat down?
Yeah, he was there. Great guy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't get how they do it. You just see
Started
so
as
much.
a cop. It's
you
like,
just, oh yeah, that's how you have.
He's
to start
also
as a cop.
fascinated, like you are, with sort of the criminal mind, and just talked about how you give yourself away 15 different ways to Sunday when you lie.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many things you'll start with. You'll say things like, "Well, I'm not gonna lie." When you say that,
Like, okay, well,
to be honest, it's like, well, interesting.
I'm gonna get you guys straight.
But it's the ticks that people give away.
Or their body language,
Yeah,
all
it's
that.
always
shit.
that. Like you.
But
can
that's
act
why
like-
that's why they leave them in interrogation for like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours.
Yeah.
Because then they just get exhausted, and then the truth starts to come out.
There's so
where they just
many
go,
ways.
"Fuck it, all right."
Yes, and there's so many ways.
After 6
you
hours,
can
and
give away.
they keep asking you the same question but different ways, and you can't keep up. And then finally, you're just so sick of it.
Yeah. And there's just so many different ways you give yourself away. Then you just get the psychos who are like, I killed my mom. It's like,
Sociopaths,
"What?"
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, why? I don't know. I just, I'd always kind of been pretty interested in murders. And it's like, oh, this guy's completely out of his mind. Okay, cool.
Did you ask? Does he have kids?
Yeah.
I wonder. Yeah, because I couldn't come home and like go coach Tiger's game when I just saw a double homicide.
Well, I think
It'd be
part of
tough
it is
to
that
separate.
part of it is that you're not doing that every day, but also you're also making the world safer in a way. Like,
No, I get
you're
that,
catching
but
bad
you're
guys.
still dealing with just horrible, horrible shit.
But
Like you might have
sometimes-
got the bad guy, but you got him after
But
he murdered
the
a lot
bad
of people.
guys are never what they seem. Like the bad guys aren't bad guys. Like the bad guy a lot of times was a bad guy in that moment. And now he's on the run. Now he's like whatever. Now he's trying to get back to his life because he had he has anger management and went fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, or like the guy fucked with his girlfriend and he shot him in a fit of rage that afternoon. So a lot of times you're dealing with guys who are not sociopaths. You're dealing with guys who had an impulse issue or a crime of passion.
I feel like it would beat you down though.
It does. It does because they got to go away forever. The other person doesn't have a, it does. It beats you down, man. It's tough. It's tough. It's definitely tough. You know what?
That's right.
Ain't for everybody. It's like that serial killer profiler who said he gets these young guys from the FBI. He's like, I want to do that. And he goes, no, you don't. Look at me. You don't.
Well, it becomes like romanticized with the TV Mindhunter and all
Until
that shit.
you
A
gotta
lot of
deal
it's
with-
paperwork.
Yeah.
A lot of it's sitting down. A lot of it's doing research.
Research. A
lot of
it's
paperwork.
like following leads, right?
That
Calling people.
it's following 100 leads that lead to nothing,
Yes.
and then in hopes that one actually becomes something. It's a beast, dude.
Building cases.
Yeah, it's a beast.
And, let's take a little break, buddy.
Can't we do? Because this episode of The Fire Kid is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally
right.
responsible, financial genius, monetary magicians.
Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you get what you need when you need it. So your dollar goes a long way. So visit progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states and situations. Let's take a little break here because one thing all listeners with a family can understand is having a little security at the crib. That's right. The world's crazy right now, man. You need protection. That's why we linked up with Simply Safe. Traditional security systems only take action after someone has already broken in. That's way too late. Simply Safe is setting the new standard in home security with Active Guard outdoor protection. Simply Safe's monitoring agents can prevent break-ins before they even happen. AI-powered cameras backed by live professional monitoring agents monitor your property and detect suspicious activity. If someone's lurking around or acting suspicious, those agents see and talk to them in real time. Active spotlights even contact the police for you, helping to protectively deter threats before they escalate into a crisis. No long-term contracts or cancellation fees. All right, more than 4 million Americans use and trust Simply Safe. 60-day satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Named the best home security system of 2025 by CNET. Ranked number 1 in customer service, both by Newsweek and USA Today. You can get 50% off their new Simply Safe system with professional monitoring and their first month free at simplysafe.com/fighter. Again, if you want 50% off your new Simply Safe system with professional monitoring, your first month free at simplysafe.com/fighter. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Let's get back to the program.
But
I feel like it's better than working like a fucking 9 to 5 though.
oh, dude, you're a homicide detective. You're an FBI profiler. That's a very different kind of job.
That'd be cool.
You're a student of human behavior. Every case is different. It's always insane.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
But remember, you just don't go start off a cool detective like on Mindhunters. You start off usually as a cop, and then you do well there, and you're gonna be a cop for 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
And then you're detective.
Yes. And by the way,
And then not only just do that, but then you gotta be good at your job because
Correct.
if you're just a normal cop that's kind of fucking up here, you're not gonna make homicide.
No.
That's the tip of the
that's the tip of the
spear.
spear.
And then FBI, oh my
here's something
god,
like-
you better have a college degree.
Tell me, there's like this guy's missing, and then they find his car, and his car's got 8 parking tickets on it. So it's been there for
Yeah, hot second.
a hot second. And all they did was like look in the car, and they're like, well, that guy's in the driver's seat,
You fell asleep?
and he's got 13 stab wounds in his body.
Oh.
So how did the meter maid miss that every single time?
Meter maid's like, I'm not a cop.
But they don't even notice.
thought he was
They don't even
sleeping.
look. They're just like, yeah.
There's like
And
ticket,
you didn't see all the
ticket.
blood and everything. I mean, the fuck. What are you
Now
doing?
there's going my ticket.
Right. That's it. Like
Everyday
fuck it.
ticket. Just
Yeah.
checking the box.
You need to see
Ticket.
the guy like this.
With your eyes so wide open.
Yeah, like
Because if the guy's like here.
all stabbed up like this, like this.
Yeah. So come on, figure it out.
What are you? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Did anybody else see it walking by? No.
Well, there's that new doc on Netflix. It's on the Gigolo serial killer in is that Long Island or Staten Island?
Oh yeah.
They finally did a
guy's-
doc on it.
You see how big he is?
It's huge, huge.
God, they're doing a documentary.
The doc's out. I fell asleep last night, so I can't tell you
Yeah,
if it was
look
good
at
or
him.
not.
He's just a horror show.
He's huge. They caught him from his stupid truck.
Look at him.
I think he had a green Chevy Avalanche.
Look at that guy.
There's not
Look
a
at
many. He's huge.
He's just an evil monster.
He looks like he literally looks
Torture.
evil.
Oh, at a lineup like that guy's killing people. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, so's that bald guy. Though.
Look at his. Is he wearing a toupee or what is he?
No, that's a fresh cut.
Oh man.
But
Look at
they
that.
found in his basement. He had like an underground thing, even in his basement, to torture women.
He did.
He only killed women, like a lot of hookers.
Wow. What a psycho. Just shoot that dude.
Look how big he is.
He's so.
But he got caught from his. You know how they found his DNA? Pizza crust.
Yes.
Yeah, his fat ass was eating pizza. We all do it.
Yep.
But he didn't eat the crust. Another sign y'all should eat the crust. He didn't eat the crust. Had his saliva on the
look
his
at the
fat
size
lips.
of that fucking
He's huge. Now he's not bigger than Ed Kemper. You know about Ed Kemper?
6'8".
Oh, hold on, buddy. Ed Kemper is 6'8". Genius. Imagine if Elon Musk was a serial killer. He's Elon Musk smart. Ed Kemper's the smartest
There he is.
murderer you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
And
look how big he is.
I mean, that is insane how big he is. That
And
is
wicked smart.
insane.
Now, can I give you a little facts what he did? So after killing many Santa Barbara college students, female students, he'd just pull over and strangle them with his bare hands. But
did?
With his mother, who he couldn't stand, she was so mean to him. So he killed her, chopped her head off, and you ready for this? Fucked her throat.
Oh my God.
I heard about that.
Yes.
I heard about that. Yeah, that's what I would call a little strange. A little strange. He was.
He said she's
just
the
a
throat
giant-
god. He's huge.
I mean, a real giant too.
Wicked smart. Like Ted Kaczynski style smart. Stupid smart. And they'd hang out at the local cop bar in Santa Barbara. And then when they'd be like, yeah, this guy's doing this, he'd be like, you believe that shit?
So scary.
And he'd have beers with them and hang out with them to see if they were on his tail or not. And they could, hey man, it's the giant monster randomly sitting down drinking beers with you guys, fucking his mom's throat.
God.
Figure it out.
Jesus.
Huge.
Man. Unbelievable, man.
Never underestimate the power of a narcissistic
Wait, is that?
sociopath.
Oh, so Ed Kemper's still alive?
Oh yeah,
Oh, there he is.
co-ed killer, baby.
Oh, there he is. He's an old man now.
Oh, he's been in there for a hot second.
Oh, I thought he had died. He's still alive.
Yeah,
Look at him.
yeah. Kimber's a bad one.
6 foot.
6'9", born in Burbank, co-ed killer.
Wow. He's been in jail forever, man.
76. Yeah.
He got arrested in '64. Oh, and then got 15 years. But then he's been in prison since '73 for murder. He's been there for a hot second.
So he's been killing people since he was 15.
I don't know why you just not kill that guy.
Yeah. Wow. He weighed 13 pounds when he was born.
Oh my God. Hey, but also, hey, mom. At the age of 13, he killed
Well-
the family cat and kept pieces of the cat in his closet.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hey, man.
Yeah. He exhibited antisocial behavior such as cruelty to animals. At the age of 10, he buried a pet cat alive, then dug it up, decapitated it, and mounted its head on a spike. Kemper later stated that he derived pleasure from successfully lying to his family about killing the cat. At the age of 13, he killed another family cat, which he sought to yeah.
Also, here's another one. Parents, if your kid's doing this, get them checked in, get them evaluated. Kemper performed rites with his younger sister's dolls that he would remove their heads and hands. Few red flags here, Mom.
Wow.
If Bosty was taking the heads off Legos and hands, I'm like, hey, bud, can I talk to you real quick?
He would take his father's bayonet when he was a young boy and go to a second grade teacher's house to watch her through the windows. Kemper also stated in interviews in his later life that some of his favorite games to play as a child were gas chamber and electric chair. Okay. When she asked his younger sister to tie him up and flip an imaginary switch, he would then tumble over and writhe on the floor because he knew this was going to happen to him probably.
Dude, how about this? He got life in prison. Ready? with the possibility of parole.
So stupid.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah. He had a close relationship with his father. I was notably devastated when his parents separated in 1957 and divorced. Keep going. In 1961.
Scroll down, Jen.
Wow. He was sent to live with his mother. Kemper had a severely dysfunctional relationship.
His mom
with
was
mother,
mean to
kidding,
him,
neurotic,
belittled
domineering
him.
alcoholic, frequently belittled, humiliated,
Yep.
and beat him with a belt. Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, well,
Yeah, you don't want to do that with Cuckoo Bird. Who's a
no,
giant.
he cut her head off and fucked her throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She probably would have kept
She
a
called
different
him-
energy.
Called him a real weirdo.
Okay, that's not good.
Uh-huh. Wow.
His first murder was his grandma. Shooting her once in the head and twice in the back, then stabbing her several times.
Well, there you go. Okay.
Oh,
we have
wait.
some
And then
issues.
Kemper's grandpa came home. He face shot him. Then he phoned his mom, who phoned the
He was
police.
15.
Wow. Kemper told the police he just wanted to see what it felt like to kill his grandma.
Okay.
And he didn't go away forever. He was sent to state hospital, maximum security facility, mentally ill convicts. Okay.
Okay.
Then he was in the youth authority for 5 years for doing that. Later, when he was a kid, he was given another IQ test, which produced a higher result of 145. Then he was released. So he was released in 69. So he went away when he was 15, released in 69. Go ahead, Jen. Goes back with his mom. Keep going. Attended community college, Santa Cruz. I kept saying Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, by the way. Keep going down. I don't care about his work.
Later.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Kemper killed 8 people. He'd pick up female students who were hitchhiking and take them to isolated areas. We'd shoot, stab, smother, and strangle them. He'd take their bodies back home where he'd decapitate them, perform. Basically, he would fuck the heads.
Are we going to get flagged for this?
I don't think so.
Nah, man.
All right.
Iramatio, though, that's. I mean, we know what that. Let's see.
It's so
Someone
scary.
thrust their penis into another person's mouth, in contrast to fellatio.
Come on, baby. You didn't even look that up.
But their
I had it-
mouth.
I had it right the first time.
But no, mouth is different than neck.
Fellatio.
You know? Yeah.
Fellatio is, that's what that
Oh, no,
is.
but he fucked his grandma's throat. You can look that up.
Moms.
Yeah, mom.
Probably
Sorry.
both. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, probably both. You never
Yeah.
know. Depends
So
on.
maybe he decapitated and they just did with the head
Yeah.
instead of the
Sure,
body.
probably.
You know.
Not to the grandma. Grandma, I know for a fact he fucked the throat.
All right.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
good. It's not good.
Yep.
Yeah, bad guy, man. Genius, though. It's a real shame.
Wow.
Real shame.
Unbelievable.
Who the fuck was hitchhiking back then? Especially during the heyday of killing. What the fuck you doing?
I don't know. Jesus. Really sad.
Yeah.
Really sad.
How many serial killers like have we actually been able to like study their brains and figure out like what is going wrong in there?
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer's parents wouldn't let him study the
Yeah,
brain. They
I
got
know
rid
he
of it
said
like some
no.
assholes.
But like they're smart. They're not stupid.
Not all of them. Some are stupid. So some of them aren't smart. Like I went like the Night Stalker wasn't exactly fucking Einstein. Some were stupid. And a lot of them they just had success because of the times. Like now, you're not getting away with this shit. Like Ed Kemper killed his grandma and grandpa and only got like 5 years in juvie. That ain't happening today, right?
No. Now we know better. Now it's like
That guy's never gonna be good.
No. You either put them down like a dog in the back of the jailhouse, or you
Lock
you
him
know,
up
lock
forever,
them up
throw in a
forever.
key.
But I think when somebody is that depraved like that guy, like let's go ahead and kill him. I don't really
Agree.
want to pay for his.
No, your tax dollars
You
going
know?
to that in Ukraine. That's cool. That's wild, right?
Yeah.
Changing the subject. Speaking of wild, our group chat with a couple of our friends sent us the video of BJ Penn.
Damn, that bummed me out. That's paranoia. That's paranoid schizophrenia. That's
Because
like,
remember, Chin talked about, because BJ was talking about his mom not being his mom and all that shit. Have you seen this one, Chin?
Yeah. This is insane.
this is crazy.
But I mean, remember like Chill, when we're talking about on Shop Show, Chill
Yeah,
is like, BJ's, doing this on purpose, kind of insinuating
Yeah,
that,
well,
but this
he's
seems just
Chael's
out
doing
of
it for the views, like, and I don't agree with it. I love Chael, but this is bad.
No,
So,
dude.
but also, his caption is, if I harm any of these people that are acting like my mom or my brothers, I go to jail and lose everything. If they harm me, nothing will happen to them and lose everything. So if he does harm them, he's so fucked.
He knows that though. I mean, he's saying that he knows that.
It's so
I
scary.
pray that he doesn't do anything, obviously.
This is scary.
And also his video, like, it's so bad.
Like, who's editing this for him?
He
He's
is.
not, I don't think he's doing
Oh, no, he's not doing that.
Earlier, talking about my mom and my brothers getting hurt. This is real JD and fake JD. Real JD has all of his teeth and a pointy chin. Fake JD is taller and has a crooked front left tooth and no back teeth, even though me, JD, and Reagan never had a cavity in our whole entire lives. I finally found a real picture of JD, his wedding picture. The fake JD with no teeth is from the last Thanksgiving a couple months ago. This is the original picture that I noticed something was strange because his eye color was brown, not black, and had a crooked front tooth, which I never saw before. I googled JD's name and there were no pictures of him on the internet, only one or two of himself and none showing his teeth. So I asked Rich Cho, Bellator matchmaker who is always with JD, to send me a picture of JD with his teeth. Rich sent a picture, but it looked like it was photoshopped. His tooth was extra white, so I kept bugging Fake Lorraine Chin about JD's teeth and that it was
Fake Lorraine Chin.
to have JD send me a picture, and then this new fake JD guy sends a picture of all of his teeth back in his mouth. Third JD has a growth up on his right eye. His right cauliflower ear is completely different, and the other JD, and he doesn't match up. But I try to push them together in a collage thing just to try to line it up, just to see if it is real, and realize how many people are playing JD. In this picture that I noticed, the kids look like Fraggle Rock. LJ's neck is so long, so I compared him to long neck guy, and then I looked at the younger boy MJ, and his eye goes by the nose, and there's nothing here that looks like LJ's. I made a video earlier.
It's just that's the ramblings of someone who's very unwell.
But what's weird is usually when, like, people say, oh, CT, all this stuff, but his speech is pretty clear. That's what's weird. Like, CT obviously affects certain areas of the brain. Usually it's speech, slurred speech. You can tell I might have a splash of it. But there's a lot of guys where it's really bad. Like this, and their jaws are like this. With him, you're like, damn, that motherfucker
no, but it
speaks
probably-
clearer than I do.
It probably exhibits in different ways.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
he's got, this is real bad. And I when I see this, and I see the guys take this kind of punishment, and you remember him, right? Remember how many wars he had, like
towards the end of his career.
Yes, but and it's just an
Top three-
accumulation.
top
But
three to ever
let's
do
not forget also the amount of training he was doing, probably banging in the gym. And I really like when I see this stuff, I think we're gonna look back in 20 years when we know even more and go, dude, remember when guys were taking this kind of beating and not doing this or whatever?
I don't think that'll ever change. I think we might have. What are you going to take away? MMA?
No.
Take away football?
No, they'll just do more of like with football now. When you get dinged, you get a concussion, you have to sit out for longer.
They do that now though.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah,
They do it now. It's literally that's the sport. That's what it is. But here's the thing though. For every BJ Penn, there's 100 guys that are fine.
That's the problem.
That's not the problem. That's the reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like BJ is a legend. I think top 3 to ever do it. Most talented that we've ever seen. The prodigy. So he's going to be the face of a lot of things. Like Junior Seau is the face of CTE. But for every Junior Seau, there's 10,000 guys that
I don't know
have
about
issues.
that. I think you're being a little bit like. I think CT is obviously very real, and I think it affects a lot more people, especially as time goes on. And then again, he fought for a long time, and he took a lot of damage.
Towards the end of his career, he
Right.
took a lot of damage.
Yeah, and I think there are going to be a lot of guys that you see who are.
I think,
real
but
warriors.
I think there's something too to say. Like, this isn't a knock on fighters or even football players. A lot of these guys weren't exactly fucking Elon Musk before they got into fighting. So we can chalk it up to fighting, and it didn't help. But a lot of these guys were pretty crazy before they started fighting.
Take a little break. I wanted to talk about what is a mechanic, auto shop owner in Georgia, a taco restaurant operator in Arizona, and a life-saving medical innovator in Tennessee have in common? Do you know what they
Dude,
have?
it sounds like they're all small businesses, and you know what? I bet they're all thriving on TikTok.
That's right. She Mechanic, AZ Taco King, and CPR Rap are just 3 of the 7.5 million businesses across the U.S. that are using TikTok to compete and grow. How about that? So from family-run establishments to entrepreneurs, 74% of businesses on TikTok say the platform has allowed them to scale their operations, increase sales, and expand in new locations. And that growth means jobs. Today, millions of businesses on TikTok employ more than 28 million people and counting. Small businesses thrive on TikTok. Learn more about TikTok's contribution to the U.S. economy at TikTokeconomicimpact.com. That's
like you can't be like, oh, the reason why Nate Diaz is, talks the way he does or thinks the way he does because all the fighting. No. He was that before he got punched in the face. Aaron Hernandez, man, he would have never. Yes, he would have. Mm-hmm. You think he was a great guy before football?
Yeah, I think there are people that have. Look,
I think it's a soup of bullshit.
Case by case basis. Like some people they're tearing themselves up with a lot of First of all, they may already have some things going on.
You know how crazy you got to be to choose mixed martial arts as a career, to fight grown men in the octagon in your underwear?
It's a combination of everything.
So you're already
damage.
We already live life different than most people. We already think different than most people, And
also,
like those people that take those risks aren't going to be your normal 9 to 5 people.
I just think sometimes
same with soldiers.
When you take enough damage to your head, everybody's different. Everybody has a different brain. Everybody has different damage. Where did he get hit? How many times? How much time was the recovery? What was his brain like to begin with? There's 1,000 factors. It's a soup. It's a soup that we don't know. And this is a bad case. It's a bad case, man.
But I guarantee you asked BJ, would you change anything? Maybe those last few fights when, Yair and all that shit, there's no point to that.
I mean, this
and the UFC didn't help
this is
him.
not worth anything right here. This is where you've lost your mind and you don't want to be there. I mean,
this is a bad case.
Yeah. This is not okay, and there's nothing good about it. And it's not.
I
the
don't know.
juice here is not worth the squeeze.
I just don't know how it ends. Once guys start doing this, it never ends. I've never heard of a guy turn around,
which is why in this case,
which
the
is
juice
scary.
Is not worth it. Yeah, you might end up in a home. You might end up maybe his brain, maybe with medication and time, his brain heals. I hope. But this is really serious.
I always go back to Jason Mayhem Miller. He was just crazy at one point, and then now he's just so lucid and just great.
Well,
so
Jason's
I think it's
always
possible.
been really smart, but Jason also was doing a lot of drinking and stuff like that.
I mean, BJ was caught.
Hard BJ parties.
Yeah, BJ. Remember, he was drinking and got in a fight outside with some random dude. So
a lot of these guys.
Are you talking about cage fighters?
I have seen with my own eyes the astonishing amount of drugs and alcohol that go on.
But they're cage fighters. It's like, you mean what? Motorcycle gangs do drugs and ride fast on their motorcycles?
Yeah.
Well, that's because they got hit in the head.
Yeah.
No. We were crazy before we got punched in the head.
That's right.
I was a risk taker before all this shit. It's just the way you're designed.
But Brendan, don't you try to keep your mind kind of magic?
We should send BJ a fucking surplus of magic money.
Anything that helps. I just know that I.
But to your point, Chin, and definitely take that. We should send BJ some. Yeah. But to your point, Chin, with BJ or with Mayhem Miller, there's been guys who've had some crazy incidents and then they kind of get some help, or maybe it's microdosing shrooms, which helps people a lot, or there's all sorts of stuff they can do now. Mayhem Miller's a good example. Rampage had a horrible episode. Remember, we went down the 405 in that monster truck.
I didn't know that.
John Jones has some issues.
Oh, yeah.
And seems to always bounce back. He's okay. There's been a number of guys.
After a fight, sometimes your brain can be bruised. So my friend had a brain injury. He fell out of a truck. He's a stuntman. And for the first 2 months, they kept him in the hospital because he had bruised his prefrontal lobe, which made him nasty, which made him like fighting. So they had to tie him to the bed. He had to tie to the bed. But
with these fighters, you got to understand that the cloth that we're cut from isn't the same as everybody else. So for the majority of them are fine and you don't see any episodes, but there's a lot of guys where they're just wild fucking boys, dude. They fight for a living.
Yes, but this is
yeah. See, I actually don't think this CT. I think this is even something else. Even
paranoid.
Yes,
schizophrenia.
even more concerning.
Because sometimes schizophrenia hits you when you're, it's typically
And again,
in men,
schizophrenia,
30s and 20s and
but
30s.
schizophrenia could have run in his family, or there's some other, or he's had a mental illness his entire career.
Yeah, yes.
There's a lot of fighters you don't know that I do that are bipolar, manic depressive.
Yes.
Hey, it's not the UFC's fault. They were born that way, and they've had it since they were kids, and then they get involved in MMA because they had no options. So it's accumulation of a ton of stuff.
There's late onset schizophrenia after
to point the smoky gun at the UFC or MMA in general and making it this bad thing is insane. Insane. Same thing with football. Insane. Fucking insane.
You're going to always risk in a sport where you have a fight career for 30 years, 20 years, you are going to probably have brain damage. And you're probably going to, like you see it with boxers all the time. You go see boxers at those retirement ceremonies, it ain't pretty. So your brain's not made to take that kind of damage, no matter who you are. And,
But I guarantee you talk to a guy like Mike Tyson, you talk to a guy like Evander Holyfield.
he seems actually kind of fine.
Who?
Tyson. I mean, in a way, I'm saying,
But again, if he didn't have boxing, you're talking about a kid from Brownsville who grew up on the streets.
Well, I don't think you have to both can be true, right? Like one is boxing and MMA is awesome and it's a great sport if you have the talent and there's a lot of glory that comes with it.
And it's the only way they were going to change
all of that.
their lives.
That can be true. And then the other side that can be true is that you are taking, you may very well give yourself brain damage if you are a certain kind of fighter, if the way you train, whatever it might be. When I saw, that's why I wanted, when Volkanovski fucked up Brian Ortega, I wanted that fight stopped at least around early because it's not okay. Because so in some ways it's like, do we really need to see this? Do we know who's winning this fight? So that was my problem with that.
But again, for every BJ Penn, you have 500 fighters that are fine.
I don't know about 500, but you have
500 who are not. First of all,
it's how long you fight.
You have 1,000 that aren't schizophrenic.
Yes, but I want to.
This is also a rare case. Yeah. This is super rare.
He kept fighting well into. It was a Tony Ferguson kind of situation.
But then there's guys like Don Cerrone has as many fights as BJ Penn, or Jim Miller has more fights than BJ. They're fine.
It's true. They are fine.
They're fine.
It's true. Didn't you do a thing where you have certain genes? Some people have certain genes where they're more prone to CTE.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, there's a cursor in your DNA, a gene where they can see if when you get concussions, if it's going to affect you really bad and hit CT down the road, and then if you have that, it's trouble.
Why don't there's something about the hell is it called the rams when they ram into each other? How come they don't get brain damage?
I think they're already stupid.
Yeah,
they're rams.
Yeah, they're
right?
stupid, but they have their brains are in a.
Also, how would they know?
A gyroscope.
Slurred speech.
Yeah, there's a gyroscope. Watch.
No, I know what you're saying when they ram into each other.
Talked about it in concussion.
It's their neck, right? But the brain still. But apparently their necks are like king shocks.
Rams,
they absorb it.
Can suffer brain damage from headbutting. Okay. All right.
It's universal for all of us.
Okay.
Ain't that a bitch? Even the Rams get dumber.
I know.
Yeah. Wow. Up to 30 miles an hour. Have you seen this shit?
Oh yeah. It says studies have found that the brains of these animals show signs of TBI.
Damn. Okay.
Tau tangle formation.
They have thicker skulls, which provides some protection. But like you said,
it's the way their necks are set up. But the brain, there's nothing you can do.
They got that neck though.
Like you're not going to give that Tua from the Dolphins a big enough helmet.
Bring that shit up. I want to see these motherfuckers hit because some of them muskox they just come right at each other. It's nuts. God, I don't even know what to say about it.
Bighorn Rams. Shout to Ram trucks.
Look at this. Like. Oh.
Listen to it.
God, dude.
Look, he's concussed.
I'm sorry, but they're concussed.
No, he's concussed.
He's
they take a hot second. He's kind of walking to the side a little bit.
I mean, they've also got their tusks. Maybe their tusks absorb.
Nah, man, they're getting fucked up. It's like a football. Oh, here they go. He's like, you want some more, bitch?
I don't know if it's gonna show it. No.
Not me.
No, they're concussed. They're
Caught
like,
up on those back.
Hell yeah. They're very concussed. Bring up musk ox. They
Musk
really
ox?
hit.
But
Yeah.
how do woodpeckers not get CT?
There's
Woodpeckers
something
are-
about their heads are in some kind of a gyroscope. There's some kind of a gyroscope.
I still think they get it though. Let's take a little break because this episode of The Fire and Kid is brought to you by True Work, and they are hell bent on creating the most technical, high performance workwear in the world. The True Work story begins in the Colorado mountains. Shout out to Fit 280, where trade workers knew that there had to be a better solution than wet, heavy gear that's weighing them down. True Work was born. They sent me a pair of these like chino khakis. They're fantastic. They're comfortable, they're warm, they're durable, they're stretchy. I love them. Every True Work product is engineered for maximum comfort, protection, and efficiency with a minimum bulk or extra weight. We don't have time for that. Denim and cotton canvas haven't changed for over 200 years. True Work upgrades traditional classic by using the same fabrics worn by elite outdoor athletes. Soft, stretchy, sweat-wicking, soft-shell work pants. That's what they sent me. I love them. You can upgrade them over your heavy-ass jeans. They're waterproof. They're fantastic. TrueWorks has over 50,000 five-star reviews. Upgrade to TrueWorks for a major change in the way you work. TrueWork helps you be the best when your best matters most. Check out the full lineup. Get 15% off your first order at truework.com/fighter. That's 15% off at truewerk.com/fighter. TrueWork.
What starts as a friendly nudge soon gets a muskox going.
I mean, that's a lot.
Until
Hey, this is stupid, right?
No,
This is a little
they're going to run at each
anticlimactic.
other. It's kind of crazy. Watch this.
Yeah, but the best example is the battling rams, right?
I don't know. This is
What,
pretty
musk
crazy.
ox?
Watch this.
Got it.
And you're right. They're dumb as shit. So when all you have to do is eat grass, it doesn't much matter.
Oh, that's better.
It was all right.
Watch.
Actually,
It was like two linemen. That was like two. That ain't like the Rams. Fucking.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of
But the
force.
weight, the weight is gonna be a big one.
Damn, that's a
and
lot of
collide
force.
with
Look
a
at their whole body. taking
head-on
it.
car smash.
They're fucking.
That's a
ugly.
full gallop, dude. Oi!
That looks pretty crazy.
The females can
why
only
do
look
they do
on,
it?
while the males
Because they want to
sort out
bang.
Fighting for
girls.
bitches. Fighting for bitches.
That's literally what.
Why does anyone do it? They're
this.
fighting
Oh,
for
yeah.
bitches.
Yikes. They are strange looking animal. Apparently good eating.
Those things are fucking stupid.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Here we go.
each collapse sends
Oh,
massive
dude.
shockwaves through their bodies.
Yeah, it does ripple through their bodies.
Yeah.
Injury and death are a very real possibility.
Oh, they die sometimes.
But at the base of their horns is one of nature's
Hey.
greatest shock absorbers,
None of them never
protecting their
died.
small brains from the full force of the impact.
All three of their brains are in their asses. I don't know if you guys know that.
Their small brain. He went protecting their
Small brain.
enormously small brain.
Yeah, so, either way. Okay.
Dude, how funny, last week's episode, we were talking about direwolves, and the reason it was on that board is because Rogan had that dude on that created fucking 3 direwolves.
I know.
We have a current event about that.
A direwolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Out of all the shit, dude, I would have brought back the saber tooth.
Well, they're trying to bring back the woolly mammoth.
Yes.
Now,
They did
I
it in
said that
mice.
too about the saber tooth. I believe we should bring out the saber tooth because I want to prove that those dumb long teeth are just in the fucking way.
No, the guy was saying, though, that they get recommendations. The Megalodon's number 1, and then the saber-tooth. I think saber-tooth number 1, Megalodon's number 2.
Don't bring back Megalodon.
Well, he just eat everything in the ocean.
Jesus.
But he was saying with the saber-tooth, it's tough because they have to have the DNA that's, some of it's like 2 million years old, and they don't have any really good DNA on a saber-tooth. He's like, it's a lot tougher than you think.
Okay, that's what it is. Yes, because a lot of it's just in
The DNA strands.
Right.
Yeah.
Ready for current events?
Sure.
So this is the one we just talked about. The Game of Thrones creator was actually invited by the gentleman who has learned to recreate the direwolves to come out and be one of the first people to hold them. Their names are Romulus, Remus, and of course Khaleesi.
Remus.
Khaleesi's great.
Yeah. So Ben Lamb is
They should have been all Game of Thrones names, right?
Probably. But Romulus and Remus are
Creators of
Rome.
yeah. Yep, it's kind of stupid, right?
So it says like dire wolves differ from modern wolves in that they're obviously much larger, have much more muscular bodies, and have more prominent jaws and teeth.
Damn.
And the way that they were able to do this and tweak the DNA is that they took DNA from a 13,000-year-old tooth and a 72,000-year-old skull of a gray wolf, which was the dire wolf's closest relative, to birth a hybrid that pretty much looks like them.
So it's a hybrid.
It's
then.
a hybrid. But
Oh, so it's not 100% direwolf?
no.
I did not know that.
But they're living at a secret nature preserve, like not people can like maybe
Oregon.
Okay.
Right? He was like, it's in the Northwest. We don't give away locations. Like, Oregon. That's where you're at, dude.
So it's not a real dire wolf.
It's
Part.
It's got the.
But apparently,
DNA.
what are they, 6 months old and they're 80 pounds each already?
Oh, they're going to be huge then.
Yeah, huge.
I mean, there's a little video that'll show you how they're made, but
But they don't give you the
You might
updated
have
video
made up
because
that.
they don't want to know. Rogan saw the video,
Really?
the actual footage.
look at that.
That's wild.
Hey, can I be honest?
I know.
Say it.
It looks like every wolf we've ever seen, right? He's just gonna be a little bigger. If you're gonna do some shit, but I want to be blown. Like UFC 300. If you're gonna blow me, do a fucking woolly mammoth, do a saber tooth, bring back a pterodactyl, do some shit, bro.
I
Do
didn't
some
say
Jurassic
it.
Park
I didn't
shit,
say it, but I'm saying it.
right?
Yeah.
Like I was listening on Rogan, I'm like, and then I looked him up. I'm like,
Well, we start with the dire wolf. How about that?
Yeah, there's
you
a
clearly,
guy.
you clearly have all the shit to do some wild shit. Let's get wild. Let's do Jurassic Park shit. You know how dope would be get some pterodactyls in this bitch?
Yes.
Fuck a drone. We start getting some American pterodactyls.
Come down and grab you though.
Hey, Iran, check out this pterodactyl. Good fucking
They'll
luck.
Put a hurting on you.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Fuck a
pterodactyl.
bomb. Pterodactyls with American flags all over
death
them.
from the sky, bro.
That's what I'm
All of
saying.
a sudden, we're monkeys looking for eagles. You don't want to fuck with a pterodactyl.
Yeah, if this guy wants to blow me, they're the same guy, but one's younger, right?
Yeah.
If they're gonna blow me, you got to do a saber tooth, megalodon, T-Rex, something dangerous.
Yes.
Don't give a fuck about your all white wolf.
Half direwolf.
Yeah, it's half, bud.
I mean, so the direwolves were much bigger. Yeah.
But apparently, he said they're whatever 6 months old and they're 80 pounds already,
Yikes.
and they don't stop growing fully to like 2 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got fat fucking wolf.
So it'll be 200 pounds.
So all this funding, and you create a fat wolf that's all white. Okay.
Yeah. And you know,
And doesn't the dire wolf live in like in the snow? That's the whole thing.
and you know it's not here.
And they're roaming around Oregon.
The alibi or the Caucasus Mountain dog.
The
Go ahead and
Caucasus Mountain.
Caucasus, yeah, Caucasus
Yeah,
Mountain.
they put the spikes around their neck.
I mean, they're just
Heavy on the
dog.
cock.
These are
Caucus,
200-pound
heavy on the
dogs.
cock. Chaz.
And they're if they see a wolf, they come after him.
Caucasian Shepherd
Yeah, go ahead
dog.
and see how big that is.
They
compared
put
to that
spikes around their necks so the wolves can't bite their necks.
wolf. That's a real picture of that woman.
This
right
is
there.
not real.
Yeah, that's real.
That is real.
Yeah, they're that big.
That
It's
really
just
is
like,
real.
but also
That's
like
how
a-
big they are.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Like
seen them with
bigger
my
than a
own eyes.
mini horse.
They're giants. I've seen them with my own eyes. They're 200-pound dog.
100 pounds at minimum.
Yeah,
They can reach up to 170. All right, well,
bigger than that.
I don't know if that picture's real, to be honest.
No, it's just like, you know,
I've-
the-
I've
Tiger took a
actually-
picture next to a 200-pound mastiff.
I've
That's
seen them
def-
with my own eyes. They're bigger than that. Some of them. I was like,
This
what
looks
in
real.
the fuck is that? I couldn't.
This one's a
believe it. I
little
saw one at the
insane.
airport, and I was like,
Oh, that
what
one's
is going on?
super fake.
because he's so much in front.
Yeah.
You know, it's just camera.
Hey, also, if you're gonna do all that funding
But
for
there
some
you go.
wild shit, you're not gonna make a stegosaurus, son.
you go, though.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
make a fucking triceratops.
Right.
If you want to knock everyone's dick in the dirt and get some go viral, fucking do a triceratops.
It's too far back though, Brian. It's like the thousands of years. It's just they can't get.
Hey
Bring up
man,
an alibi.
you want to
Bring up
blow me or
alibi.
not?
But yeah, that's
Bring up
that's
the alibi dog.
the
So
alibi dog.
basically, he took normal wolves and dyed them white, and we're supposed to flip our tops.
Alibi.
And then the guys of Game of Thrones holding him. All right.
Those are the fucking. These are. Oof.
Dude, that looks crazy.
Those are real. Those dogs are ridiculous.
Is there a video?
They breed those things to fight, and they are in Afghanistan and stuff like that. That's
Oh,
wild.
damn it.
Look at this.
That's a pit too.
Yeah, but I'll put my money on the pit. Pit doesn't quit, and
That big pit? Hell yeah.
he just doesn't get as tired probably.
Paris Baguette is
I don't
bringing
think
eat.
that's real. I don't know if this is real.
Let's just see real quick. It's 1.4 million views.
They with the young bear.
Oh, it's in Russia.
Physical life.
Damn it, he's not that much smaller than that bear.
Alibi. In clip number 4. Let's be honest, this bear is too young.
These videos suck, right?
Yeah, they do.
The point is, they're scary.
And they're big.
But that's a sick dog. Look at that thing.
Meet the dog that even tigers won't mess with. The Alibi, also known as the Central Asian Shepherd Dog.
I'll take a tiger.
From Central Asia,
Yeah,
the Alibi has been bred for thousands of years to protect livestock against predators like wolves and even big
They are
cats.
rough
This is
fuckers,
not
though.
just a dog. It's a fearless guardian. With their massive size, powerful build, and deep bark, they are a formidable presence. A full-grown Alibi.
That's where
weighs
Shafkat, you know,
170
that's where he comes from.
with a thick, dense
That
coat
part.
that
Look at that.
protects them from harsh weather and injuries.
cool.
But it's not
Yeah,
just
they
their
are
size
badasses.
that makes
can have one
them
around the
excellent
family, though,
protectors.
huh?
The Alibi
They are-
possesses a calm but
You want to stop these robberies and
Yeah,
fucking
they're ridiculously good.
and
get an alibi.
capable
Is that what's called an alibi?
decisions
Yes.
on their
Look at
own,
the size of his head.
protecting their pack. This breed is known for its strong territorial instincts and
pulling that little Thai
unwavering
guy around.
loyalty
Oh my
to
God.
its family.
They are
Alibi's
huge. Look at
ability
that.
to assess
Holy crap.
threats and protect
not a
them
No,
dog.
no
makes them
fucking
one of the
joke.
most
It's like a bear.
reliable bodyguard dogs you
Yeah,
could
they're
ever
I look at Donnie, I get
meet the
pissed.
dog.
I know. Look at that thing.
I
No,
wish
thank
people
you.
could see what Donnie's doing.
No fucking thanks.
Donnie's snoozing so
Monster.
hard on the pillow. What else you guys got?
This one's a heartwarming video. So I'll just play it.
Get the volume.
We don't have royalty in the United States, but we sure have something pretty close, and he's sitting in row 1. We have a survivor of the Battle of Iwo Jima aboard. Gordy is 100 years old. He landed on Iwo Jima on his 20th birthday. And I know I've had some great birthday parties, but it's not quite as dramatic as that. So please, a round of applause for Gordy. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here. Thank you, sir. It's an honor.
Gordy, when was your birthday?
February 19th.
Oh, happy birthday.
We don't have
So he might be one of the last remaining survivors. What? What's wrong? What do you have to say? What do you have to say about this adorable moment? Brendan,
No, it's all good.
I don't want to say it.
you guys are so mean.
No, I'm not mean. I'm just.
This guy
Great,
fought
man.
for our country.
I love that he's one of the main survivors. It's incredible. I'm just.
I'd like to know what he did.
I just think
Like,
I think he's just like, oh boy. I think he's like sitting there going, oh, well, there you go. Let's lift my hat up. At 100, I'm looking at him going, when you're 100, you're like, God,
Just leave me alone.
yeah, he's like,
Right. He
yeah,
doesn't
I'm
want the
sitting in front,
recognition.
but yeah, he's just like,
me alone.
He's probably dealt with this a lot, and he's like, all right.
He's like, yeah, I survived Iwo Jima.
I
I was in the back folding towels.
Right. No.
Doesn't matter.
No. If you're in Iwo Jima as a Marine, you went in there. But what I'm saying is that he's probably saying to himself, I'm the last guy left, which means I don't have much time. Like, thanks for the reminder.
Yeah.
He's just 100 and he could give a shit. He's so funny.
100.
Let's take another little break, kids. It's the last one. Then right back to the program. Say goodbye to those weak ass erections. That's all thanks to Joy Mode Sexual Performance Booster. Your wiener ain't working right. Your wiener's giving up, but you don't have to. This is an all-natural supplement designed to enhance blood flow, give you firmer, more reliable wieners. Boy, Joy Mode isn't just about better sex. Daily use supports a healthier blood vessel, boosts heart health, enhances your athletic performances. All right. They got you, man. Simply mix the pack with water. It takes effect within 45 freaking minutes. Take control with Joy Mode. Get a boost anytime, anywhere. You never miss a beat. Your wiener will thank you. Start a subscription up to 30% off. Keep your performance at its best without any interruptions. So if you're looking to take your wiener game to the next level, visit tryjoymode.com. Use the code FIGHTER at checkout. You get 20% off single purchases, 30% off subscription orders. That's tryjoymode.com. Use the code FIGHTER. 20% off single purchases, 30% off subscription orders. We got you. Joy Mode. Let's get back to the program.
But
All right.
God bless the man. God bless the man. God bless
Okay.
Marines.
I know this next one's going to get a little debate out of
She
you.
annoys the
She's
fuck
the
out of me.
So
fucking
Cynthia-
worst.
She's the
Irvina-
biggest fucking narcissist ever.
I'm just going to let you guys listen.
Oh, she's such a
Isn't
narcissist.
easy.
To restart it.
None of it is.
I rebooted it.
She's so precious. She's so like serious.
She's worth over $5 million.
She sucks.
Isn't easy.
She's a problem with Hollywood.
None of it is. Waking up and choosing to be yourself. Proclaiming a space belongs to you when you don't feel welcomed. Teaching people on a daily basis how to address you and dealing with the frustration of reteaching people a word that has been in the human vocabulary since the dawn of time.
She's talking about
Them.
Oh, so self-important.
Words used to describe pedantically two or more people. Poetically, a person who is simply more. It isn't easy.
She is.
What are your thoughts?
I think
None
she's
of
the
it
biggest fucking narcissist.
Waking up
who
and
needs
choosing
to check herself because she's prodigiously talented as a singer and an actress.
She's very talented.
Yes, she's Nigerian by birth, I believe. Her parents.
Someone says a diaphragm more than one person, they, them, is actually known as schizophrenia.
Yeah, she just sucks as a person. If you saw her interview on her press tour,
Yeah, it's
she's just
painful.
she thinks that all of us give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You don't have to teach me a fucking thing. You don't know more than me. Stick to entertaining people and stop with your pseudo revolutionary speeches at Hollywood galas, where you are being honored, where it is easy, where everybody is kissing your ass, everybody is congratulating you, and oh, by the way, where you're making a fuckload of money.
Ton. Also,
More than anybody
17
else.
people watch this.
You are a privileged American. Shut the fuck up. How about that? Get some perspective. The world doesn't revolve around you. You're a footnote.
Also,
like all of us.
go to Nigeria. Tell them your pronouns.
Imagine wearing diamonds and luxurious gown and being handed an award, then complaining about being a victim. Exactly.
Let me play
Girl,
this again just to
bye.
see what she said in the beginning.
Proclaiming a space belongs to you.
I can't.
Proclaiming a space belongs to you, and the drama of everything she says, because she's amazing and taking her time and speaking so well.
Her and Ariana Grande need to fucking eat something.
Oh my God.
They're both too skinny, man. I want to see them
wait.
arm wrestle.
Amazing she made it through this nonsense without her emotional support human, Ariana. If you have to invent oppression, arts are good, you're not oppressed.
Facts.
God. Yeah, so oppressed. Everybody feels that way.
Next one. It's kind of a funny one. I'm just waiting for you, one of you, to say it's fake.
Yeah, you know, it's not easy being able to afford groceries. All right, go on.
Chael in DC, we're having a little video chat, and Chael's daughter found something pretty cool.
Have you found a singlet? Show him. Have you found a singlet?
Let me
She's
see
coming
it.
to me and she's showing.
Oh.
While I'm trying. She's in the mirror right here. I think that's a wrestling singlet, sweetie.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I found it in Mom's closet.
Oh, could we please do this later? No, have you found a singlet? Show him. Have you found a singlet?
You guys think this is real or fake?
No one Chael probably fake. No one Chael probably fake. He's the best though.
Yeah, he's great.
The comments are pretty good when I was scrolling down. But okay, this one was a miss. I see that. Here's a good one. So the CIA files are revealing that the search for Hitler in South America 10 years after his suicide actually did happen. So did Hitler commit suicide? We don't know, because there's all these records of the CIA not giving up looking for him.
Yeah, because they never
They
found his body.
His burned body, right?
No,
His
they
wife?
found a body. They found his wife's body. They never found his body.
It says their bodies were partially burned and buried in a shallow bomb crater. Soviet soldiers later exhumed the remains, which the USSR identified through dental records, and held them at East Germany until the KGB agents destroyed Hitler's body in 1970, preserving only a jawbone and skull that were taken to Moscow. What are your thoughts, guys?
So,
I don't know.
Russia says.
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine he probably had nowhere to go. At that point, everybody knew what he looked like. At that point, he probably had to have killed himself, I think. It was all over.
But there's facts that a ton of Nazis fled to South America.
But he was such
You can go to some towns in South America
all
and they
German,
only
right?
speak German.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, and there's tons of gold, like Nazi gold and all sorts of shit. It's very strange.
Have you seen this video? I don't know if it's real, but it's pretty funny about China mocking how we're going to bring manufacturing back.
Oh, with all the larger people in it.
Funny.
No.
Okay. We talked about serial killers. So the National Forest serial killer. Now he only killed 4 people, but I shouldn't say only.
3 or more, you're a serial killer.
Oh, okay. So he had confessed to 3 of the killings, and then finally, was like, "I'll just confess the 4th because I'm dying and I'm tired of this," and it's on video.
I'm gonna give you a news scoop. I did it. So there you have it.
You did it.
Yes, I'm confessing to a murder on camera that I've never had before.
Oh, wow.
That gives me chills.
Yeah, he's a sick bastard. Just a depraved sicko who gets off on creating suffering.
You know how many
That
people
exists.
go missing in Yellowstone and shit every year? You ever look that up?
Is that true?
I don't want
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Look up how many missing people there are in the national parks in America.
Yeah, but don't they get lost?
Who knows?
What are you saying?
Thousands lost or missing
Some
annually.
cases remain unsolved. Yeah, that's what I'm saying when people go and they hike and they camp. I'm bringing guns.
Now they might get
I'm
taken
sleeping
by
with my
bears or
fucking
wolves,
guns.
but just in 5 years, over 1,100 people are missing.
It kind of makes sense though. Like people get lost and they starve, and
Sure.
don't have water.
There's an estimated 330 deaths per year in our parks.
Say, how many cold cases?
How many?
How many cold cases?
How many cold cases of people going missing in our national parks?
Yeah. Cases remain. Whoa.
Now this says National Park Service reports approximately 1,000 people go missing. They're eventually found. Some vanish without a trace. But how many? So there's
Go missing and are never found. So it's several hundred.
Well, there's no precise annual number for cold
28
cases.
some people think there's like a national park serial killer. Some people think people just get lost. Who knows?
But 28 cold cases.
Yeah, but several
annually.
hundred.
That means they
It's a
never
lot.
found them.
It's a
Yeah.
lot.
Isn't that crazy? Did you know that? Isn't it wild?
But it makes sense. It's a large area.
Yeah.
Probably get eaten up too. You might die, and then the coyotes and everything else comes and
Bears,
gets you.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Africa, man, you put a body out there, the bush pigs will come in and clean everything up. Right quick.
Bush
Dude,
pigs.
in 2024 alone, 22,000 people were involved in search and rescue incidents.
That's another thing that sucks.
2,000.
Yeah, 2,200. That's what also
2,200.
sucks. If people aren't prepared when they're hiking and camping, people will die searching for them. So it's so fucked up. So you make sure you know everything you can before you go hiking and camping.
Don't be a hero. Don't be a hero.
I'm just saying, like,
Don't
be
be a hero.
prepared. Some people go in with like a sweater or whatever, and not enough water, and then people have to search for you, and those people die because they're searching for you. Anywho,
I have 2 more. This one's just interesting, and I kind of want to hear your opinions on it because I don't know if this is worth it. But it's come out that Matthew Stafford, quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams, Bryan, Los Angeles Rams, he is currently now the highest paid player in NFL history, even going above Aaron Rodgers.
Damn.
Do we think he should have that title?
$391 million?
Think how long he's played though.
I don't know how long.
17 seasons.
He's played 17 seasons.
Yeah, I know, and you don't look at him and think that.
Wow.
And he won a Super Bowl. He's a stud. Makes sense.
I didn't-
as long as he's played.
Because I know the house he bought recently, and I was like, because I know
Calabasas.
a friend of mine, somebody I know very well, is very good friends with him.
I
and
see him
his
all the
wife.
time.
Oh, you do? Yeah.
Yeah.
You see him all the time?
All the time.
He tall guy, right? As tall as you?
Yeah, probably my height.
And just
It would make sense he made that much money though. You know,
I
number
didn't
one
know
draft, number one draft pick,
I didn't know any of this.
number one draft pick when it really mattered when they're getting paid. Went to Detroit, played there forever, multiple contracts there. Then came to the Rams, huge contract, won a Super Bowl, played out that contract,
when he was with
re-signed.
who?
He won the Super Bowl when he was with the Rams.
He's 37. I don't know why he just looked younger to me.
Still got some game in him.
Oh yeah, good fucking player, man.
So good.
You know him and Kershaw for the Dodgers are best friends. I think they went to high school together. Think of that.
God.
Carshaw's a fucking.
I mean, to be able to
monster.
play that long, stay injury free, there's a lot to it.
Imagine two best friends and you're both just like powerhouses in what you do.
Yeah, at one given time,
Crazy.
best
Who's
of
his
the
best
best.
friend?
Clayton Kershaw,
He plays for
pitcher for the Dodgers, legend. He's still on the Dodgers side, 1 year contract, but I mean, one of the best pitchers ever.
Wow.
They were teammates in high school together. How crazy is that?
So, what's his name? Stafford played baseball too.
Yep.
It's cool, man. I mean, that's so much money. So much money. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Is that it, kids?
Is that it?
No. We have to do this last one. So, this DJ, whose name is Horse Girl, identifies as half horse, half human. Nice. And she will be at Coachella.
Okay, what is she? What's
Or
there?
was that Coachella? I don't know what you want me to say. This girl literally says she's a half horse and she's going to take the electronic DJ world by storm.
I believe it.
She black?
Great.
I thought she was white, but I heard she looks black. She's black, right?
Definitely black, right, Chin?
white.
Her hair though, I thought she was
She's
white.
She's
No.
100% white.
No, it's a black girl.
No.
You want to bet?
Yes.
You joking right now, Brian? Or are you serious?
She's white.
So I didn't know.
Black girl, bro.
She's white.
You want to bet?
Yeah.
I'll bet you lunch. Hold on, before you show me.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Strong hand.
Yeah. Guarantee she's black. She's
Horse
light-skinned
girl
black girl.
DJ, right?
Horse girl.
I don't think so, Bob. I think she's.
Oh, no, I know for a fact. You go ahead and bring it up, Jen. I'm going to have Erwan for dinner. Or
She's
lunch.
German.
She's German.
There she is. Go right there.
Hold on, let me see this.
That's a black girl. You're buying my
I'm
fucking
just gonna
lunch.
put ethnicity in.
People Magazine asked.
I'm going to go ahead and say she's half.
Black woman.
Ah, Bri.
She's described as a black woman, horse,
Describe
and
her.
DJ.
Oh,
So, People Magazine asked her, you are half horse, half human, but not exactly the same kind that we've seen a lot in the media. What separates you from a centaur? Horse Girl said, centaurs, from what I understand, and I'm not a biologist, but I've heard they're usually not even a full horse human, but a horse wizard. Magical being, whereas I'm just a boring old human horse. I'm done.
Says identity, black girl.
she says it.
DJ. Thanks for the lunch.
Go over to the white girl over there. That's her.
There she is.
DJ Horse Girl.
I'm done.
That's that
Done.
chick.
All right, is that it? You owe me lunch.
That's it.
Erwan 2 coming in hot.
Yeah. Brian
All right.
Callen will be in
Horse boy.
Springfield, Missouri at the Blue Room Comedy Club, April 18 and 19. Springfield, Missouri, April 18, 19. We'll see you in a bit.
All right, kids. This is the Fighting Kid. We're out.